Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. After a great press conference earlier announcing the signing of Campbell Hatton, we move on to the main press conference, the big press conference. The press conference for the unified World Heavyweight Championship between Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev, live on Sky Sports box office this Saturday and DAZN around the world. Plenty of fights to get through on the card, and kicking us off is a cracking little fight between Kez Ashfaq and Ashfaq-Lane. Welcome, gents, both of you. Kez, I'm going to start with you. Coming back, we know disappointment in the defeat to Mark Leach. You've had your experience now boxing behind closed doors. We do have 1,000 back in at the weekend, but this is a big fight for you. What have you taken away from the defeat to Mark Leach?
You can always learn something from a defeat. You learn more than you do from a win, because sometimes things that go wrong, if you still win the fight, you might brush them under the carpet. But like I said, there was a load of things, not so much in terms of, my performance, but the reasons behind the bad performance in my eyes was behind the scenes and stuff that I could control and couldn't control. So it was just one of them learning curves, and I just felt like what was meant to be was meant to be that night. And it wasn't so much that I got beat by the better lad. It was more, it just wasn't my night, and that's the way I see it.
I find that, when a young fighter's coming through and they step up and they take a defeat, sometimes the career becomes a lot more exciting. They have to take bigger tests. This is a good fight with Ashfaq-Lane, but all of a sudden you will be moving faster and you have experienced that defeat, rather than just almost being gifted all these victories to a point where you're not good enough when you take that leap. So confident that there's still a huge amount to come from Kez Ashfaq and chasing titles in 2021.
Definitely, without a doubt. Like you say, that defeat, if anything, will keep me in good stead down the line. And taking this fight with Ashfaq-Lane, Ashfaq-Lane's no mug. His last 8 fights, he's lost 1, and that was for the British and Commonwealth. So that shows his pedigree. And within them last 8 fights, he was a Commonwealth champion at my weight as well. So I'm ready to take all the step-ups. As you've noticed already, I take all the fights. I'm not one to shy away from a fight, and that's the way I mean to go on.
Yeah, Ashley, former Commonwealth champion, welcome as well, and welcome to your team. Chris Sanagar and others, who's probably done 600 laps outside, I think, of the bubble so far. Big fight for you, big moment. You've been involved in some big fights as well, and come into this full of confidence and obviously looking to inflict consecutive defeats for Kez Ashfaq.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a small team, me and Chris. We go on the road, we do the business, we don't care where we're going. Fighting Kez Ashfaq, yeah, his confidence being hit. He's going to be feeling a bit down from that loss to Mark Leach. But I'm expecting him to bring a good performance, and we're bringing a good performance. I'll be a great fight on the night, and God willing, I'll have my hand raised.
What's boxing been like for you during the pandemic? We know that you're always that guy who keeps himself ready. Jamie and Chris putting your name forward for all these big fights as well. Frustrating at times, not knowing when you're going to be boxing, and obviously a major plus to get a good performance and a good run out on a massive card before the close of the year.
To be honest, Eddie, I mean, like a lot of people probably don't know, I've retired in September. So, the COVID came, the lockdown came, I got a new job. I was like, boxing's, behind me now. I'm moving on. And then as soon as I said that, Jamie and Chris kept ringing me, we've got your fight. I said, nah, I'm retired, leave it out. And then Jamie rang me 2 weeks ago, do you want this fight? On the AJ show, I was like, yeah, I'll have that. Yeah, it's an opportunity you can't turn down, So for me, I see this fight as a bonus for me. I walked away from boxing 3 months ago. I wasn't going to come back. Now I'm here on one of the biggest shows of the year, on the undercard of World Heavyweight title. This is a bonus. So no matter what happens on the night, I've already won, and I've just paid for a year's license and medical. I might as well carry on boxing now.
And obviously, if you do win, one thing is for sure, you definitely won't be retiring. Don't care what you say. You won't be.
Well, you know, no, I don't think I can now anyway, you know. But like, you know, some people are saying like this fight's do or die. I think Kez Ashfaq could be a British champion in the future. He's got a great amateur pedigree. He's got good skill, you know. And whether he loses or wins or not, he'll go and be a champion in the future. With me, you know, I've been there. I've done it. I've won the Commonwealth. I mean, like back in September, March 2017, I was going to retire again. I didn't. Within 6 months, I was Commonwealth champion. So I mean, like, one loss doesn't dictate whether you go on to win titles or not. So, I mean, whatever happens Saturday, Kez Ashfaq's got a future in boxing. I also got a few more years left in boxing. And like I say, God willing, I'll win. And I can't retire now, can I? You know? I mean, look at this. It's beautiful.
I'm not sure Chris will let you.
Nah, he won't let me.
Ashley, thanks. Kez, just finally from you as well. Do you feel the pressure on Saturday for a good performance? We know you're coming off the disappointment. You want to make a statement on Saturday night?
Definitely want to make a statement, but pressure doesn't bother me. Pressure makes diamonds. You know, I'm one of them people that I've been to the highest mountains in the amateurs, the Olympics, all that sort of stuff. Didn't bother me then, so it won't bother me now.
Good. Well, we look forward to this cracking opener to the night. This is going to kick off the Facebook action on Saturday night. Kez Ashfaq against Ashfaq-Lane. Gentlemen, if we could have a head-to-head here, please.
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.